Well, it was a hard game for a long time. Had to make sure you matched them physically, but in the end you got the right result.
Yeah, we knew the fighting for their lives. We watched them like we always do. We always prepare and watch the games, the teams we were going to be playing, and we knew it'd be like that. But I thought the way the group, even the lads who come on, they went about it, and they kept playing. We created chances first half. There's Cookie's one. It's not offside. We know because we got the analyst in the stand. Other decisions are not offside, but they just kept going. You can get frustrated. The teams come in and they'll do that. But the focus and determination, the attitude to go and do that, and then get the goal when we needed it, settled everyone down, was excellent. We were really pleased.
Yeah, showed great patience, and of course you say James Noor, that first one, did really well, good finish, and he's into all the things for the season now as well.
Yeah, I think Noors would say himself, he could be on 20 goals, but credit to him because he's gone through, he's missed the 1v1, and some other people might have gone under, and he's not. He's gone and took his chance, and it's the first goal and it kicks us on, because after that I think it just broke their heart a little bit then. So credit to him, because that's the life of a striker.
A lot of battling performances up top, as you say, and then Connor Jennings, he's in great scoring form at the moment.
Yeah, he's in one of them patches at the moment where his finishing's been spot on, but the work rate that he gets through and the positions he takes up and the teams that are trying to stop him in certain areas, he's the highest in stats, sprinting, running. So it doesn't surprise me. I'm just delighted that we're all delighted that he's getting those goals now, because the way he goes about his work and the way he behaves is excellent. A
lot of prompting from midfield. I think Ollie Norburn was involved in both those goals that Connor scored.
Yeah, well, they've got him and Ollie Banks, and then they're good footballers, and they'll take the ball. They'll take the ball under pressure when there's people around them, which is an ability in itself. They've got two midfield players there, just as waiting, chomping at the bit to get at them as well. So I think that competition around the squad is pushing that group as well, and I think we need that at the moment. But no, they're two very good footballers, and what we like about them is they'll take the ball in tight areas, and they'll ask the question of the forwards, and they'll try and find them.
Saw that with the fourth goal, didn't he? Because Jay Harris had come on. It was his harrowing, really, that got the ball for Andy Cook to get the fourth.
Yeah, again, Jay sometimes doesn't get credit for how much of a good footballer he is. The other side of the game, that's a no-brainer for him, but he is a good footballer as well. And again, there's midfield players in there who are good midfield players, and they're fighting for each other for the places as well.
And from your perspective as well, of course, when it was tight there, keeping it tight to the back, keep that clean sheet and make the most of the chances when they do come as well. So also tight defensively today.
Yes, I thought Big Macca and Sutty were outstanding, especially the size of them. The big side physically, throw-ins, set plays, and that's part of the game that we said to them at half time. You need to keep doing that side of it, because we were doing well on that, picking knockdowns up. That allows you then to go and play, because you can't stop them doing that. They're going to do it, and that's the way they play. There's nothing against that. But you've got to be good at that.
You talked about the movement, you talked about the first time passing, etc. That's all about confidence. I mean, how do you notice that yourself as a coach, perhaps?
Yeah, it is, but again, it comes from, obviously you do your work on your training, on the training pitch, but it comes from your performances, and it comes from winning games, and that will never change at any level, as long as whatever I've seen. And you have a bit more confidence, you take the ball in tighter areas, your feet are more sure, your passes are more sure, and you try things more as well, and you can see that. You see the confidence coming into them, you can see the fans getting behind that, which then kicks it on again another level, and we just got to keep on that now. It's just got to be relentless in what we're doing.
You want Prenton Park to be a fortress, but I mean 6 home league wins in a row, that doesn't happen too often, does it?
No, but it's an expectation here that the fans have and the club has, and the players know that, and the players are told that, and I think they're used to getting the demands on them. We just spoke about there. We just got to keep driving the standards now. That's our job now as a management team, to keep doing that and keep on them.
Matt alongside me, I think we said it's almost 10 years since the last time you won 6 in a row at Prenton Park, so that sort of gives a measure of how well you're playing at the moment. Yeah,
that's great, that's good, but again, we just want to make sure we're on a little bit of a roll now, and we had a bit of start at the start of the season. Chances weren't getting taken, but getting created. Now they're getting taken, now the confidence is growing, the fans are growing, and people can see that we're on the march a little bit, but it's just the beginning of it. We've got to make sure now, and I'll keep banging on about it, the standards stay that high, and then we're going having that again.
Get with Macclesfield to the top is still 8, but there's a chasing pack now, and you're right in amongst that. You've done the difficult part in getting there, now you've got to maintain it.
Yeah, fine, there's a lot of games to go. You've got to be in that mix. For me, being involved in promotions and that before, you've got to be in there when there's 10 games to go, and that's when it starts that he comes on then, and the people who've been in that situation before, we've got players that have been there, and it's just about driving us into them last 10 games now, making sure we're in that pack and hunting them people down.
And now on to the next one, it's Fylde. You saw them here on Boxing Day. I mean, they look quite decent going forward, so they're going to give another test on Monday.
Yeah, that'll be a tough game. It was a tough game here. They've got some decent players, they've got a good goal scorer. So if we come off the levels in mentality and the way we work, then you're being for the tough game again. So we've got to make sure that them levels are right. We won't be taking that lightly. We know there's a lot of fans going there from here, and they're paying a lot of money to go, and that's a thing in itself that we make sure go there and we get 3 points.
Is that where the experience on the pitch, the strength, the character you've got there, that can help everybody to make sure that does happen?
Yeah, but it comes from everybody involved in the club. Everyone who deals with the players, who has an input with the players, that's their job to do that, to make sure that everyone around the place that we stay on track, we stay settled, and we keep pushing.
Just a word about the players coming back from injury. I mean, Lionel Cole has started today. Yeah. Jake Kirby obviously got on the pitch as well. Important you have that strength in depth. Yeah,
Coley's been out for a little bit, come back in. I thought he did well. Again, excellent footballer, deals with the ball. I'm made up for Jake Kirby because it's been a long road for him, for the poor lad. He's had a lot of knockbacks with it, but the work he's put in, I'm delighted we could get him on the pitch today.
And Liam Bridle just to sit out there at the moment. He's watching Eddie Clark. Difficult easily for Liam to get back in at the moment.
Young Eddie, he's just fearless, isn't he? He's just fearless. He's still learning the game, but he's got an enthusiasm, and sometimes he just makes you laugh with some of the stuff that he goes and does, because he plays like he's just playing with his mates. But Rise is a good pro, good professional, and we're going to need him. We're going to need him. You know, young players go through ups and downs, and what a backup to have in Rides, where he's probably the best left back in the league. So that's good to have.
And Dylan Motley-Henry not involved through injury today because his loan spell due to come to an end. Is he likely to go back to his club?
Yes, he's gone back to Barnsley. He's picked up a groin injury in Barnsley. Aren't letting anybody out from their club at the moment. They're in the middle of a takeover, so he's at least two or 3 weeks with a bit of an injury around his groin area. So that'll just be something we just keep on going and keep looking at.
Yeah, and so with his gap, do you think about bringing somebody in at the moment, or are you happy with the players coming back from injury?
I think as I want to say, you'll always look into, can you improve the group, can you improve the squad? We might need 1 or 2 maybe, but it's something we'll look at the people coming back and we think of the games we've got coming up and what we might need moving forward. But we're always on the lookout for players, always.
Very well done today.
Just on Dylan, how important was it to show you could win without him? Because it's no coincidence that the form has improved since he arrived.
Yeah, I think Dylan come in. He's been a credit to his club, Barnsley, and it was great for them to let us have him. But there's a lot of work gone into him. But he's a good character, and he's done really well, you know. And I think it's been as good for him as he has been for us as well. He's learned a lot. So we're delighted with what he did, and hopefully maybe along the line he can maybe come back. If he doesn't, we wish him well, and we hope we played a part in his development.
Is that something you will explore to do in a few weeks then?
I think it's one of those things you've got to look at again. Barnsley's player. We don't want to speak about that, and obviously there's a takeover going on, and we've been told that there's nothing going to be happening there over the next few weeks. So that's something we just got to monitor the situation as it goes, really.
Jerry McDonough, what's his situation at the moment?
Again, Jerry's his loan's up in the next couple of days, and again that's something we'll just review along the line. We'll speak to Nottingham Forest again. They've let have had their player. We've done a lot of work with him, and he's just not really had the opportunities probably that he would want and would like. But to be fair to Cookie and Nors, they've been scoring, they've been making a good partnership. Sometimes it's hard for the young lad to get in, but he's been great around the place as well. He's been a good pro.
And just a bit more on Jake Kirby, what different options does he add to the squad now he is back?
I think Jake, it gives you an option because he can play anywhere at the top of the pitch, and you could even play him in a midfield and behind the front too. He gives you options to change formation with him, because you know when you put him in, you tell him to do something and he'll do it. And they do it to the best of his ability. That's the sort of character he is.
How close is Ben Toller to a return now?
Ben Toller had a scan the other day. The results coming back at the moment are good. So it's just a matter of now with Ben of building him up. But we don't want to rush him back. But his fingers crossed in We won't put any time frame on it, but his results are very good, and the surgeon's happy for him now to go to his next stage, start strengthening, and hopefully then start getting some running into him. And he's on the right way, definitely.
Well done today, Mike.
No worries, thank you.